Some days feel like a storm you didn't see coming. You wake up already racing, already late, already overwhelmed, and the moment your feet hit the ground, the world asks for more than you feel capable of giving. We don't talk enough about how heavy everyday life can feel, the pressure to keep up, the guilt when you slow down, the endless checklist that seems to grow faster than you can breathe. But what if your peace didn't depend on crossing everything off? What if it began the moment you gave yourself permission to pause? Cultivating lightness doesn't mean avoiding the hard things, it means approaching them with more breath, more softness, more choice. It's learning to shift from "I have to do this" to "I choose to show up for this." And it begins in the smallest spaces of the day. You can wake up and take 30 seconds to place a hand on your heart before reaching for your phone. That moment tells your nervous system, you are safe here. You can open a window while making breakfast and let the light hit your face like it's cleansing your thoughts. You can eat without guilt, walk without rushing, work without punishing. Leveza, lightness, is not the absence of weight, it's the presence of gentleness in how you carry it. Start with one ritual, one moment of choice, one breath of awareness, let that be enough. And when the world rushes in again, because it always does, come back to that breath. You are not behind, you are becoming. You don't need to earn rest, you are worthy of peace even now, even here, even in this. We live in a culture that celebrates overworking and overextending, where exhaustion is worn like a badge of honor and silence makes people uncomfortable. But the truth is, the world is aching for slowness, for people who choose to feel instead of just function, for people who know that stillness is not laziness, it's a form of wisdom. Throughout history, some of the most brilliant minds spoke about the necessity of quiet. Blaise Pascal once said, "All of humanity's problems stem from man's inability to sit quietly in a room alone." Modern science echoes this truth. Neuroscience shows us that when we pause, when we breathe, when we shift into parasympathetic states, we actually think more clearly. We create better, we connect deeper. Your nervous system isn't built for constant alerts, deadlines, and multitasking. It's built for rhythm, for waves, for recovery. When you give yourself small moments of recovery, lighting a candle before journaling, stretching before opening your laptop, drinking water while watching the sky, you teach your body that it's safe to soften. These aren't luxuries, these are biological necessities dressed as rituals. And yet many of us live waiting for a future version of ourselves, the one who finally has it all together, the one who can finally rest. But here's the reframe, you don't become that version. You become her through softness, through presence, through choosing yourself gently daily. There's a Japanese concept called ma, the space between things. The pause that gives meaning to the notes in music, the breath between words in poetry, the silence that shapes sound. Ma reminds us that what isn't spoken also matters, that in our own lives it's the space we create that gives context to what we do. We are not only made of our actions, we are made of our intentions, our rests, our rituals, our breaths. Try this. Tomorrow morning, instead of reaching for your to-do list, ask, what would it feel like to move through this day with gentleness? Then listen, not just with your ears, but with your body. You may hear, take 5 more minutes in bed, or drink tea slowly, or stretch your spine before anything else. That is your wisdom speaking, that is your rhythm returning. Leveza is not about doing less, it's about doing it with less tension, less fear, less need to prove. And when the day gets chaotic, as it inevitably does, you now have a blueprint, not for perfection but for presence. Because life isn't asking you to be perfect, it's asking you to be awake, to return, to breathe, to stay close to yourself. You were never meant to carry it all without rest, without help, without moments of surrender. So let go, just for now, just for this breath, that's where it starts. Let yourself move slower than usual. Let yourself eat without watching a screen. Let yourself cry if your body needs to release. Let yourself laugh without guilt. These are not escapes from life. These are how we return to life. And if your week has felt like a storm, wind, pressure, demands, then this is your shelter. A gentle space. A rhythm that whispers, you don't have to earn your softness. You were born with it. Most of us were taught to value productivity over presence, but there is a quiet revolution happening now. People are reclaiming their breath, their pace, their peace, not to run from the world, but to re-enter it grounded, steady, whole. That begins not with a grand transformation, but with one honest pause. This is that pause. Take this with you and live a more vibrant life.